Hello there, and welcome back
to another episode of The Filthy Forester. It's really cold outside, so we are like, you've seen us in the garage when it's cold. Well,
yeah.
we're
in the house now.
Yeah, we're in the house. Short sleeves, still work gear, as you can tell. Yeah. Anyway, we're at the house. We've got the heads up here. You can't see them right in front of us though. And this episode, we're going to tear them down and start replacing them with a very intimidating, very encompassing Fel-Pro gasket set that I'm sure you'll see.
It's pretty scary to look at. Maybe we'll show like a sweeping shot of it or something. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, we might end up like numbering the bags and asking you guys to tell us what is what. So
please,
if anyone's watching, help. Anyway, so stay tuned, guys. So I know many people swear that no matter what, send them to a machine shop. In case you guys haven't caught on by any of our other videos,
that's not gonna happen.
I'm kind of a cheapskate. So step one is gonna be clean these up, check them with the feeler gauge, see how bad they really are, if at all, and then decide whether or not I want to send them to a machine shop. We're hoping to get away with just a little block sanding and cleaning up the surface.
You struggling over there?
I'm always struggling. So yeah, step one, clean these bad boys up.
And if you didn't know, our shop towels are old t-shirts.
Much like the one I'm wearing. Where they're Andrews, and then they're hand-me-downs, and then they're shop rags. Like the majority of the things I own are Andrews hand-me-downs.
That's not as true now as it used to be.
Hopefully the table shake isn't like super annoying in the video like it is when you're working on it. I have high hopes that these are going to be fine. But I know we're going to get ripped apart. I always say like in the comments, but we have like a total of 50 views. So thanks to whoever has watched. But if anyone does watch, I'm sure we'll get ripped apart. You always send them to a machine shop. Yeah, that's probably true. But, you know, it's not a performance application. I'm putting better head gaskets on it than came with it. And I'm not one that puts a ton of mileage on my vehicles, so. This may come back to bite me. Many things do in my life. And if you guys see a future Forester head gasket episode in Sly Customs, you can comment in that video saying, I told you so. And I'll say, yes you did.
That's pretty clean.
Is it?
Look how clean it is. I'd say slap the gasket on, let's go with it.
Screw all the parts I ordered. Need them. Honestly, it probably doesn't need most of the stuff we're going to replace, but it's one of those things where like it came as a massive gas like set, and it was such a good deal, and I couldn't pass it up. And it's one of those things where it's like we're going to be doing it anyway. Might as well just while you're in there, so to speak. Which oftentimes makes small jobs much bigger, like this one.
Hence, that's the job that turned into let's pull the motor and tear it apart and do all these fun things.
Yeah, but do it for the YouTube. Is my arm just like completely blocking this? I could try this left-handed. Oh, I could stay on the other side. I am a genius. Look at me go. The true nature of my genius has been exposed on this channel many times. Speaking sarcastically, of course. It's very well maintained. Oh yeah.
Should we pull the spark plugs out?
I mean, eventually. I'm going to clean up the combustion chambers eventually as well, but I just want to see if we're actually going to be working on this thing today. If it's just like too out of whack, I'll send it to a machine shop. But if I think we can get her back pretty good with some block sanding, then you best believe that's my plan. I don't think that's like totally illegitimate. I feel like there are people that do that.
Backyard mechanics all over.
Yeah. And we almost qualify as that, so. Looks pretty good. What do you think?
Beautiful.
Alright, so now I guess we slap a level on it. And I've got a feeler gauge. Okay, let's see if she meets spec.
Level time.
Oh, 2,000ths by the way, so
Oh,
you know
yeah.
I'm not cheating. Boom, 2,000ths of an inch.
That was painful.
Hopefully I'll edit some of like how long that, hopefully you guys don't see how long that took.
That was painful.
That was a struggle. Alright, Andrew's gonna hold the level. See if she'll slip in there. She is not. That looks pretty good to me. Alright. Guys, I'm gonna call that within spec. Cool. That's 2,000ths of an inch.
Want
Not
this way or
going in.
no?
Oh yeah, sure, why not? Let's be thorough. Oh,
That's
that's a hole. That's a coolant passage, so don't panic. Maybe a little bit right there.
I don't know, dude. I think
That's
your gasket's
good.
gonna take care of all of that.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, so we will do very, very, very light sanding just to take off the rest of that stuff that the razor blade didn't take off. So we're talking like
Oh, okay. Yeah.
800.
Yeah.
Grit.
Something kind of like a paper towel.
Yeah,
Something you'd feel comfortable wiping your face with.
just to see if we can take off the. I think the camera might be showing it. Right, just where the razor for some reason isn't taking it. Just right along there. Make her shiny, and I'd say we're good to go ahead and tear this thing apart and put new parts on it.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, guys.
Part.
Yeah, scary part. We got the patented Slack Custom sanding block. Just kidding, it's not patented. 800 grit, super light. Don't worry. I'm actually kind of hesitant. I don't even know if this is going to do anything, but I'm just going to kind of take her back and forth and see if we can get rid of all that coloration and make her nice and shiny. Hopefully, see what happens. All right, guys. Hopefully you just saw a nice little time lapse of some very light sanding,
Very light.
some 800 grit. We think we knocked down a couple of the, I mean, there were just tiny little imperfections, but I mean, you saw us test it before, it all passed. We're just gonna double check, make sure nothing has changed on us. Looking good. Perfect. I don't know that the sanding did anything, but it made me feel better.
Well, I mean, the sanding, in my opinion, just took the rest of the gunk
Yeah, that's a good point.
away from where the gasket had failed and where the gasket was. And
Yeah, I kind of imagine that 800 grit, especially with how light we were being, or I was being. I doubt it took any material, like in
Yeah, I
terms
don't
of
think-
aluminum.
I don't think that any.
Primarily just gasket, like you said.
Right.
It's a good thought. This is still looking perfect. Do a couple just. I'm trying to avoid just like really cramming this up. That's why I'm doing the sliding thing, just because I don't want to bend the tip of my finger gauge or feeler gauge. Oh yeah. I'd say that's a pass.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
And we also did this one. Didn't want to bore you with more sanding, but look how pretty.
And she's perfect.
All right, so now we start taking it apart.
Disassembling,
So in true Slide Customs fashion, I don't know the order of operations that this is supposed to happen in, so Andrew and I are just gonna start taking bolts off
Ah, drill.
from the outside in. I grabbed the drill. I'm gonna crack all these loose.
Oh, nice. I forgot you went down there.
I even unplugged the other battery.
Thank you. What size is it?
There are 10s and 12s.
2012s.
So I'm gonna start with the 12s, I think. I'm gonna go outside in. That makes sense, right?
That's what the other guy did.
Okay. I'm gonna start here. I don't know if it matters.
Did you bring the other battery up?
I'm scared. Oh. Damn. Okay. That's fun.
Hammer time. Man, look how good that shot looks.
Does it look good?
Yeah.
All right. We're getting better, guys. We're trying. Like, we're legitimately trying. Eventually, we may invest in a camera. That would help. A better camera, I guess.
All right.
So, did anything happen? Does that just come right out of there? Oh, yeah. Boom. We have never done this before, so again, if this is just not the right way to do it, we're sorry. Please tell us how to do it. But until then, we're just going to keep trying. So I have learned a little bit about this. This is the cam cap plate or something.
Right.
And they have these, those Allens. That looks like a Torx. That looks like an Allen.
Sweet. Yeah, I don't know, actually.
I
Let's
don't
just
either.
loosen everything.
Okay, just loosen everything. I like it. I like that plan. So we know that there's a Torx 40, T40. T40.
And here's a 5, which is what we're expecting the Allens to be.
Yep. Is it a 5?
Yeah.
Nice. Is this a T40? Maybe not.
Really? I thought we kind of...
Oh yeah, no, okay, maybe I'm just... Yeah, it's in there, it's just a little crusty.
Well, make sure that shit's cleaned out. We don't want to strip nothing.
We don't want to strip nothing. We don't want to strip nothing.
Oh, it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good, guys. Might be going to the barn and getting a torch. Also, this is RTV'd onto this, so that's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Not this one. Is it a 40?
That doesn't look
That
good.
doesn't look good. This might not be a 40, guys.
Are they just...
Maybe they're different.
Are they reused bolts? Like, are they shot? Are they hit?
I don't know. It doesn't, I mean, it doesn't...
That one doesn't.
That
but
one-
These look terrible.
Yeah, that one actually doesn't look good either. Ooh, this one looks good. That looks like our best one.
It still looks pretty sloppy.
Still looks bad, but it's our best one.
So maybe they're not Torx bits.
You know, I'm not sure. Maybe we need to consult the Google. Alright, before we go trying to take the cam plate thing, cover, whatever that is off, I guess we should probably take like the pulley and stuff off, which would probably have been easier before we took the rocker arms off.
Probably?
But yet again, guys, we just don't know what we're doing. How do you hold that?
I don't know.
What if I just like stick stuff in here?
Alright, we're on the floor now.
Just so I can guarantee I hurt myself when this does let loose. Okay. Need leverage. Should I just kick it?
We didn't bring a pipe,
Didn't bring
did
a
we?
pipe. Had no intentions of this being as difficult. This seems like the right way to do it.
Oh my god.
Yes! We got it.
Alright.
That's how the professionals do it, I read. I didn't read that. That was a lie. But hey, it worked. We got it. Look how good it looks. Ta-da! So, as you can tell, we've been kind of working side by side. We're only filming one unless we come across something peculiar on the other. We'll show you guys. But peculiar. Andrew's been kind of... Whoever's filming one, the other of us is usually working on the other. So, we got the pulleys pulled off on both of them.
Yeah, you saw one. We used the impact for the other.
Yeah,
Hurt my poor fingers.
I smashed Andrew's finger on accident.
That's good.
If we had done this in a more like thought
Let's
out,
plan this
Yeah,
out kind of way. Yeah.
that's not how we rolled it. That would probably not have been as difficult as it was for us, but it really still wasn't bad.
No, it wasn't. We just,
So
had to
now-
wait for the air compressor. That was it.
Yeah, thank God for power tools. So now we're just gonna keep taking things apart because, as you guys can tell, we don't know what needs to happen.
Right, and we're just taking bolts out when they come out, and as we come across the seal, we're marking it. Or well, I think that's the plan.
Yeah, mark them.
We'll mark it
Try to
and
match them up.
because we have a whole lot of new seals that
I only know we're like
rings.
40% go.
We really, for real, like should take this right now, grab the camera, and show the dining room table right now because we have it all laid out on the dining room table. Sorry about the hand shot here. Yeah. So here's my shot. There's just a lot.
There's a lot of stuff.
There really is. There's a lot. Like,
Yeah, what are
there's things. You know, here's some more things.
I mean, we know what.
Here, like this bag is confusing.
Yeah, well, I don't know what any of those are.
This is, you know, this is different sizes, thicknesses, materials, everything. I don't know. Craziness.
Honestly, let's just these two bags. I'll just lay them out. These two bags. Neither of us know what any of that is. So if you guys can tell us, that would be awesome. I think we know what everything else is. Oh, not this. We know what these four are. We know those are the spark plug tube things. That one bigger one, I don't know what that is.
Yeah. There's
So if you guys can tell us that.
cam seals probably of some sort, right?
Yeah, I think those are the front cam seals.
But yeah, lots of seals and gaskets and new things.
Some of these have got to be fuel injector O-rings.
Ooh, I didn't think of that.
But I still don't know, like, which ones.
Yeah, like we said, you know, we're just gonna start taking things apart and
Try to match them up.
yeah, match it up the best we can.
This is presumably a cam position sensor. That was nice. Okay. That looks dirty. And then there are 3 bolts. They're 10s in here. I assume that's what's holding this little cover on. Hopefully those just come right out. There's 3 little timing cover bolts. Also, is this what we're sitting on?
Yes.
I guess those Allens. Okay, hopefully these aren't stupid tight. Okay, that wasn't horrendous. Oh yeah, that one hurt. Alright, new rig. Drill, probably not gonna have enough oomph. 1/4 inch socket, 5 mil Allen. Is this the one we want to do next? Sure. That's a big negative, Ghost Rider.
Okay.
Wow, why are those so tight? Okay. Oh no, jeez.
We didn't bring the magnet up either. Oh, I have one in the house now.
Do you?
Yeah.
Dude, magnet on a stick is like the best tool ever. Especially if you're incredibly clumsy like I am. Hey, magnet on a stick.
It's a giant magnet.
It is. It might be too big. No, it's good. We got it. Ta-da! All right.
Oh, she did it.
Oh, wow. Any others?
It's all the Allens.
Now they're just like the
stupid 40s.
Yeah, that scares me.
Boom.
See what happens here. Wow. God, it broke loose, but man, I did not feel
I
good.
think we should replace these.
I think so too.
Wow.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Wow.
Oh, this is like guaranteed to destroy the
Trade sides back.
spark plug tube or extension maybe.
Okay. Look at all your fingers through your gloves.
We did it! They're loose. Now we just have one other head to do.
Yeah.
Okay, should we even film that?
Nope.
Okay. Y'all don't want to see that.
Cheesy thumbs up.
Am I already in the shot?
Yeah.
Well, I told you we'd let you know if we ran into anything peculiar on this side since we weren't filming all of it. Of course, this bolt is being stubborn. Had pretty much no teeth, or I guess little star indent things you can see. They're supposed to be there on like a Torx, at least we think it's called a Torx. Anyway, there's pretty much none of that left. We tried it anyway, of course it stripped. So now we have...
It didn't strip, it just broke the teeth off of the bolt.
Okay, yeah, that's a better description of what happened.
Yeah, because it didn't like slip or do anything. It literally just...
Yeah, the little indents, the little teeth.
Like, we took our Torx bit out, and inside the teeth of the Torx bit were the teeth of the bolt, of the head of the bolt. Like, it just broke them all off.
So now we have an Allen pounded down into there, and it fits pretty snug, but we really wrenched on it, and it's super tight still.
Yeah.
So our next course of action is heat treatment, death by fire. So we got a torch in the house, because that's how we roll, because we're hillbillies. Just heat this bad girl up. I was just melting the RTB gasket and something inside of this.
It might be easier to pull off now.
That's a good point. Maybe we're killing two birds with one stone here. Or more
Just burn it.
more than likely, we're making something worse and we're just unaware of it yet. Or not aware of it yet.
Unaware of it yet.
Yeah. English is tough.
So is math.
I'm much better at math than English.
Or yeah, no, math, you're good. What's lefty, loosey, righty, tighty? What would you consider that?
Common sense. I struggle in that department too. Math is about the only thing I got going for me.
Nope. It's not. There it went.
Darn it. Might be welding something to this. Okay, drastic measures engage. We're hammering that 1/4-inch bit back down in there. We're gonna weld it to it. We've got it covered up as best we can with a welding jacket. See if we can lay a bead around there and then put a socket on that bit and see what we can do. Good thing we have Andrew, master welder. In case you guys can't see this, this is how we're gonna try to ground it. It's like surgery. Okay.
You know what helps?
Gas. Nice.
Dang it.
How boogery was that?
Something sizzling.
Yeah.
It's the tape.
Ow.
We broke the bit.
No.
Oh my god.
What?
Sweet.
Now what?
Didn't expect that. Well, now we can put a big freaking nut on there.
Oh yeah, now we're tall enough. All right.
Big nut time.
We shall not be defeated. Again, we don't know what we're doing, but we're persistent.
We are.
And we've got some tools. And what's Dad always say? We got some tools and we're not afraid to use them.
We try to use them.
Yeah, we try to use them.
We've got some tools and we try to use them.
Oh, good times.
Go easy. Did that feel like it broke or actually came off? Oh my god.
Took the nut off.
We probably just broke more of that old bit off.
Yeah. All right. We're just gonna keep trying.
Ow.
And another
Pretty
one.
tired of that.
Another one bites the dust.
Should I lay a bunch of weld on top of this?
And then weld to that.
Yeah,
Because what's breaking? That little,
I think so.
the original little thing we pounded in there is what seems to be breaking, right?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, baby.
Burn that duct tape. That sounded better.
I think we may have finally gotten it.
Oh my gosh.
I think.
Yeah, just pull the wrench off and use the socket. As long as it's not
Yeah.
falling hot right now. Yes!
Finally.
Now let's see what kind of damage we did to the face of it.
Yeah, we'll be re-cleaning it. But we did it, guys.
We did it.
Look at that.
Oh my goodness.
That was horrible. So hopefully you guys don't ever run into something like that. And if you do, just keep welding stuff to it until it comes off.
Just weld a bunch of junk to it and you'll be good.
Here's what that looks like now. You have the gloves. You hold that. There we go.
There's the original head. There's some boogered up, junked up stuff. There's a new nut with weld and filled with weld. So yeah, there you go. There's all three.
Now we can take it back up to the house because we're freezing. We did not think we'd be down here this long.
Yeah.
And probably have to clean that up a little bit.
Yeah,
So,
we'll show you what it looks like up at the house.
we lied. We're going to show you what it looks like here because we're kind of pumped.
Yeah, we're like really proud of how good we did.
There were two tiny little
BBs.
BBs of spatter laying down in this where the like heads of the head bolts go. So I just grabbed a magnet on a stick and got
There
them,
they are.
got them both. If this will focus. Focus.
It's sweet too, because like what we were worried about is that they would, even though this is aluminum, cast aluminum or whatever, we were still worried that they would be hot enough to kind of burrow in. But they totally just sat on top. They must have just barely made it through the jacket, and then they were cool by the time they hit.
So there we go.
And he got them out with the magnet. Awesome.
So yeah, sweet. No worries. It was a pain, but the deed is done. Well, now we're going to take it up to the house. Well, wasn't that just a blast? So, we're back up at the house now. Back on the driver's side head, which is the one you guys have been watching. Just wanted to show you that, like we said, we'd show you if we came across anything in peculiar. And then we came across that, so that was a blast. Fun little sidebar, I guess. But we're back. Time to finish taking these, or those ones are already loose. Finish taking these out. Hopefully we don't run into any more issues. That'd be cool if everything went smoothly. Curious as to what the torque spec is on these things, because they seemed incredibly tight. But maybe that's just years and years and years of being in there. Maybe a little bit of both. Nice.
Like it seems like it once pulled off exactly right.
Yeah. There we go.
That was probably just the...
Oh yeah. You did it. Alright, so pull the cam out. Put it in a baggie.
Look! Even labeled.
I know.
We're awesome.
So professional. Now I can clean up this mating surface. So I bought this little cheapy Amazon valve spring compressor tool jigger, and it looks really nice. I'm sure it's really flimsy and probably won't work as well as I hope it does, but I guess it's time to try to figure out how to use this. Wish us luck. First, I guess I gotta figure out which one fits over. Oh, that looks like a...
The first one you grab.
That looks pretty good, doesn't it? Is that how that goes? I assume.
I honestly don't know how to use that.
I don't know how to do like 90% of the things we try to do. Wait, this one looks good too though. How do you, does it like fit perfectly when it fits. Give me another one of those ones where like if anyone's watching, they'll just tell us how dumb we're being later. I'm gonna go with this one. That looks about right. I see. Look at this.
You're like, I'm in the combustion chamber. I'm like, yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's where the valves go. Crank it down.
Yeah, you should be there with the spring. It compressed some. How much do you need to compress it? Not very much.
Just to get the keepers out. With that little magnet on a stick. Ooh, this would be cool. Can they see this? Maybe around this side, perhaps? Where that spark
No,
plug
it's
too.
all on the way. Here, Owen.
Let's get you moved over. Maybe I can pull the keepers now? I imagine it's painful to watch me struggle. Try to imagine being me. One. Apparently not quite enough.
You just loosened it.
It's that darn lefty. Lefty tighty. Yay. Cool. And now supposedly this just...
Flies and goes through the window.
Oh God, please no. Just back this off if I left myself enough thread, which hopefully I did. Which it appears I may not have. That's a consideration that
You can back the other side off. You're gonna have to back the other side off.
When you guys do this, learn from my mistakes. Look at that. Nice! I've never done that ever in my life. That's pretty neato, gang. Boop. Valve spring.
Boop.
Let's do that. 2, 4, 6. That many more times. 13?
What?
No, 15. What'd I say earlier? Math is the only thing I got going for me.
Oh my God.
That's arithmetic. That doesn't count.
We're gonna stop the video now.
The answer's 15, right? So if you guys can see this, there's the valve, and you can see this is where it's supposed to be the seat. And ideally that would look nice and smooth and pretty and not like it looks. And it's a little more clear. You might have to handheld shot this one. It's even more clear when you look at the valve seat on this side. How unhappy that has been forever. So, in order to remedy that, we're gonna, what I think is called lapping the valves. I've got this Permatex valve grinding compound. We're gonna put a little bit of that on the valve seat, on the valve, feed this through the valve stem, chuck this end up to our drill, spin it and kind of pull it. I know they make a tool to do this by hand, but we have power tools, so it's kind of our style. There might be a more correct way to do this, but I think they just press on there. And I'm replacing them, so.
Oh.
You guys see
Yeah,
that?
yeah, you're good.
I've got new ones of those, so this is cool. I'm enjoying this. I personally have never had a large engine this far apart before.
So, before we start this process, we wanted to show you again how not happy these openings look. Scratched up,
Yeah, hopefully
pitted, yeah.
Hopefully after this process they look more, at least more you. All right, so we're filming a lot of firsts for us, so you guys can have fun making fun of us in the comments, because I'm sure we'll be doing it all wrong. But I think I've seen this done on YouTube before.
The internet doesn't lie.
The internet doesn't lie. So that looks way better. You can see the one on, yeah, there you go. That's one we just did.
One we just did.
And then the one that has not been done yet. Just in case some carb cleaner does get into the valve guides, I think they're called. I'm gonna put a dab
I
of
call them tubes.
valve tubes.
That's what I call them.
In case any carb cleaner gets on the valve tubes and strips a little bit of the oil, I'm just gonna put a dab of Permatex Ultra Slick engine assembly lube on each valve before we slide it back through.
Just on the tip, right?
Yeah, I'm just gonna just the tip, and we'll slide it through, and it should be
All right, well, I'm ready.
good to go. Okay.
All right, we're coming through.
Look at that. Look at it. Would you just look at it? Everybody's happy. Beautiful. That's exciting TV. Okay, so now let's probably time lapse putting the valve springs back on and then flip it over and do it again.
Yep. Nice. Nice. We
So-
did things.
We got the heads, both heads torn completely apart.
Yep.
We replaced the valve stem seals.
Yep.
And we cleaned up all the mating surfaces and whatnot.
Lapped.
Is that, yeah, I've been calling it that. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
We used valve grinding compound
We showed you already. Yeah.
and basically made the seats look better, which hopefully you guys saw in the actual video because they looked terrible.
We took time and showed that.
And
The seats getting better.
hopefully we showed like when we first took it all apart, at least two of the valves.
They were
not
terrible.
seated.
You could actually look through the backside of the head through the exhaust port and see daylight.
So no bueno. It's all good now though. The cams are still out because like you saw us wrestle with these bolts. I'm gonna replace all those, so there's no point in us like bolting back down the cam cap just to
Right.
replace, like take it back off and replace the bolts and whatnot. So the cams are in plastic bags, labeled. Everything else is put back together, just kind of finger tight so we can store it. So we recommend,
Yeah.
like, if you guys can swing it with your whoever you live with, roommates,
Yeah.
to let you work on cars in the house, you should do it because it's great.
It's pretty
The
nice.
kitchen's right there. Oh, it's fantastic. It's warm. Our t-shirts. Okay, so anyway, great day. We're pumped. We'll get back at it. Stay tuned, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Thanks again for making it to the end if you're still here.
For real.
Yeah.
If you're watching,
Peace.